Today I'll be applying for a manufacturing engineering internship at Energy Automotive in Adrian, Michigan. Begin today with a quote: "The future of manufacturing is in technology. The next generation of manufacturing champions will come from those companies that use brain power, not labor, to drive their innovations," by Steve Moore. This past year, I was taking a course in plastics processing here at Western Michigan University, and during that course, I got the opportunity to take a tour of Energy's manufacturing facility in Adrian. And one thing that really stood out to me about Energy was their use of automation in their assembly plant, and that kind of fits with this quote that automation is kind of the future in manufacturing. That's one of the reasons I believe Energy will be a world leader in manufacturing for years to come. Over my internship, I would have three main goals, and that would be: one, to gain experience, because schooling can take you far, but there comes a time when you have to get out in the real world and learn things the way that they do things there. To become a more well-rounded engineer, using that world experience or real-world experience to do so, and also working with fellow engineers and learning from their experiences. And the third thing would be to create contacts that I could use over the course of my engineering career. Here's a list of my education. I attended Addison High School from 2004 to 2008. After my high school, I went on to become a machining apprentice from 2008 to 2009 at H&M Machining. Then I decided I wanted to go further and become an engineer. I joined Western Michigan University's engineering program in 2009, and currently I'm a junior. I've managed to maintain a 3.24 overall GPA over that course of the past 3 years. I also have had another internship at Hilux Industries in Hudson, Michigan over the summer of 2011. Some of the reasons I believe I'm qualified for this position would be that I'm an engineering student. I have experience as an engineering student at Western Michigan University, where I've learned the principles behind math, physics, quality control, and many of the modern softwares used for engineering today. My Hilux internship was very educational in that I learned how to apply quality control methods and use control charts and specification limits for incoming and outgoing parts, etc., and how they're applied in the workplace. As a machinist apprentice, I learned the basics or the fundamentals of how machining was done, and much of the parts that are used in a production facility like Energy has are all custom. So they would be made in a machine shop, and this would give me insight on how something has to be made, or if it's even able to be made, and the cost associated with it. I also learned the CNC programming language, which coincidentally is the language that most robotics use, and using CAM software. Here's some of the programs I'm proficient with: Microsoft Office, AutoCAD, CATIA, NXCAD, Pro Engineer, and Minitab. I've learned about all of these through formal education, along with using CATIA and Pro Engineer in my apprenticeship program at H&M Machine. I used CATIA for many assemblies, very useful program for that, and Pro Engineer was used as not only design, but for a CAM software. Minitab I used extensively over my internship at Hilux Industries, and that was a program that I used for basically the course of the internship to produce my control charts and help the machine operators keep processing control and whatnot. So in closing, I have a quote from James Kip Finch, and that is, "The engineer has been and is a maker of history." And I look forward to the opportunity of making history with Energy Automotive. Thanks.